Hello, this is AJ Tatum with Tatum Digital Agency, and today I wanted to go over something that I think is really important for your WordPress, and that is which form software do you want to use. For us particularly, or for me I should say, I decided to go with Gravity Forms. So what is Gravity Forms? Gravity Forms is a premium WordPress plugin that comes with a powerful form builder that allows you to create forms such as contact forms, multi-step forms, job applications, surveys, quizzes, e-commerce payments, donations, pretty much anything you can think of. What's really nice about it is that once you have that information from the form, you can then connect it to your email marketing or digital marketing service. And if you don't have those set up, then the results from that form are stored within WordPress. They're also emailed to you or whoever you want to receive those results. So you may think that because it is powerful, that maybe who is it for? So it's definitely aimed for everybody, not just advanced users. Even myself being a developer, coming from a developer background, I really appreciate an easy to use software. So that's why I like Gravity Forms. It's really intuitive and it comes with everything you need built in. So let's look at one of the forms here. I'll go to test, just show you how easy it is to add a field. So we basically just go into it and we want to add a single line text. It brings it in there. If we want to add 2 columns, you drag it. If you want to add 3 columns, you can bring it in there. And they also have different types of fields. So we're looking at standard fields. They have advanced fields, post fields, and pricing fields. And we'll get into those later. The other thing that's nice about Gravity Forms is that it has a really vibrant and active development community. So you have official add-ons. They have about 45 official add-ons. Right now, I actually only have the active campaign and Zapier add-on added, but as you can see, it can connect to Campaign Monitor, it can connect to Aweber, HubSpot, Stripe, Square, pretty much anything you can think of. It can connect to, especially with its connection to Zapier. When it has that connection to Zapier, you can connect it to practically anything you want. So it's really awesome to use, and to get things set up with them, it's pretty much always a point and click. You activate it and you go into the add-on, and then you put in the credentials, in this case Factor Campaign, and it connects. It's really nice. So let's go back and look at these forms. I'm going to go back to my test form, and we'll go over what you have for fields. I kind of showed you just before. We have a single line text, and then you have a paragraph text, which is basically just a text box. Then you have a drop down, and when you click on the drop down, it allows you to specify the different choices here. And then you can do checkboxes, radio buttons, hidden fields, HTML, etc. Then you have some advanced fields. So advanced fields come with basically what's called autocomplete. So when you add an advanced field, when the user goes to that form, it's going to enable autocomplete for them. So when you have name, and if we actually, you can see what I mean by that. It's a bit technical, but if we go into here, even though this isn't checked, it still works. But you can enable autocomplete, and it has HTML that's there. And I'll show you on the contact form for Tatum Digital Agency. You can see basically right there it has everything filled in. So, and the same can be said for phone. You have it right in here. We'll go back to general. You can choose a different phone format. Other advanced fields, you have website, file upload, email, list, multi-select, consent. Those are some of the more advanced fields. One thing that I like is, because Gravity Forms does have, like you mentioned, the active development community, is that I use a plugin that's called Simply Schedule Appointments. which allows people to schedule appointments through the free schedule consultation page. So if I just drag that into here, I can select that, and what it does, once I get to it, I can say schedule, and I pretty much just map the fields. And as you can see, it pops right in. So it connects to my Gravity Forms right away. So that's some of the nice things about having more advanced features or a more advanced form editor for WordPress. So let me delete these guys out here. So we're talking about the features. You just saw the form editor. Let's look at another one of my. So let's go to schedule consultation, and let's look at email notifications. I think I actually have email notifications. So let me go to contact and go to notifications. So on notifications, you have an admin notification and then a confirmation email. So these are things that you can set up really easily. By default, the admin notification is there. And essentially what that is that it will send an email to the admin email within WordPress, and it's from name. Then you have the email reply to, and these are all configurable. So as you can see, so if you wanted to say BCC, and you can choose something from that form itself right there. And when you can do all fields, it pretty much generates the email with all the fields in there. So while on this, let's go back to notifications. You can see that I have also a confirmation email, which is using send to select fields. And we have the send to field being the email from name, and it's coming from me. And it just says, thank you for contacting me. And I say, thank you for contacting me. I'll get that to you as soon as possible. So that way the user knows that they submitted the form, that I got it, and everything's going great. The other option that you have is configure routing. So you can say, hey, send to, let's just say, AJ Tatum at gmail.com. I don't know who that is, but if business name is Tatum Inc. So you can schedule different routing, and you can add as many different ones as you want. So I'm going to cancel out of this so that way it doesn't change. Now let me actually go back to the editor. One of the nice things that you have with these is something that's called conditional logic. So if we, let's say conditional logic, and enable conditional logic. So let's say we wanted to show the business name if all the following criteria matches. If, let's say, for whatever reason, email is something, you can enable conditional logic on a per field basis. One scenario that I can see here is, let's say you have something where it says, hey, you can ask the user, are they a resident or a business, or are they a consumer or a business? And if they selected their business, then you can prompt them for the business name and website. That could be a scenario where you may have that. The other option, the other thing you mentioned that comes with Gravity Forms, and I kind of mentioned earlier, is that you have the ability to accept payments, which I don't have enabled. But as I mentioned, let's go back to add-ons here. You have Stripe, which is vastly popular, and then PayPal. And then with the Elite license, you get to checkout, and I believe you also get, where is it? Authorized.net. There it is. So, all right. And the other thing that's really nice, sorry for jumping around here, let me go back to the form, and let's go to schedule consultation, is you can configure your confirmations. So let's go to settings, confirmations. I have a default confirmation. And as you can see, I'm redirecting to a URL, And then I'm passing in a data via query string. So I'm passing in something that's called the query string f name, and I'm passing in this data value. So as you can see, if I take this away, and I do that, it puts it right in there. What that allows you to do is, let me take this, and if I go to here, I actually got it right there. You can see f name equals AJ. It says AJ, thank you for scheduling a free consultation. So basically, it's a way to personalize a little bit. The way that I accomplish that is actually, that's not something that's built into handling this query string. It is not built into Gravity Forms. It's another plugin that is called URL Params, which is very popular as well. So how do you actually use Gravity Forms on a page? It's pretty simple. So let's just go to all pages and add new. So if you're using the standard WordPress editor or the Gutenberg editor, you can simply just click here, add block, and type in Gravity Forms. Select Gravity Forms, and then you select the form, and you're done. Not much to it. The other option, and the option that I take because I'm using Elementor for my page builder, is using shortcodes. So if I look at the contact page, I'm going to do edit with Elementor. So I'm going to load up here. And if I click here, we can see that we have the short code here where we're saying gravity form ID equals 2. We don't want to show the title or the description, and we want it to be Ajax, which basically means that it doesn't refresh the page. It kind of does it all within one go. You can set that to false, but I have to have it for true due to other plugins that I have. So that's it for this quick intro for Gravity Forms. Stay tuned for the next video where I plan on showing you how Gravity Forms integrates with Zapier and ActiveCampaign a little bit more. You can also use Zapier to connect to pretty much any other digital marketing software that you use. So thank you for watching.